Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial teams meeting for the 82nd time here today. And Noah Pridmore gets the ball in front of a capacity crowd here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, making his 9th start of the season and against the 5th best scoring team in the league. He's ready to go on Colin Goda. And the right-hander shrugs and now wheels and deals. His first pitch of the day is fouled straight back, and we are underway here a couple minutes early at 12:57. That's a great day for baseball in terms of temperature and overall scenery, but it is very windy at the ballpark. One strike pitch, slider on the outside corner, a called strike. It's 0-2. Goda hitting .316 for the season, a home run. He's driven in 18 for the year. Pridmore this season, 3-1 record with a 4.21 ERA. Two-strike pitch, balance setting up outside. Pridmore a pause in the back step and then turns it loose. Check swing on a fastball, appeal down to first, and Goda did not go. Stephen Grady's behind the plate, Randy Hartzell at first, and Owen Harvey's over at third. Your umpires for today's matchup. Game 1 of 3 over the next 2 days. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pridmore kicks and fires, and a slider's a whiff. Down and away. Excellent pitch from Pridmore. That had some gnarly movement to it. And Goda down swinging. 1 out, nobody aboard. Carson Bowles stands in, .319 hitter for the year, 3 homers and 21 driven in. Smith, McLean, Potts left to right in the outfield. Gibson, Miller, Gibbs, Denton third to first, and Ballant behind the plate. No score in the first. Pridmore's first pitch. High and away on this fastball. 1-0. LMU got off to a torrid start, won their first 10 games of the year. They lost their first 3 sack series before sweeping Tusculum last week. 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air out to right center field. This is going to split the gap, going back to the fence. One hopping the warning track. Potts gets to it first and gets it back into the infield as Bowles trots into second base with a 1-out double. Well, Bowles last year had 4 hits against Carson-Newman in the 4 meetings. And he starts his season against the Eagles this year with a rocket into the alley. So with 1 out and a runner in scoring position, Andrew Keene will get his turn. .337 hitter this year. He's driven in a team-high 28 and hit 5 home runs. Last year, Carson-Newman pitching dominated him. 1 out of 12 a season ago. So what gives this year? No score, first inning. 1 out and a runner at second. Pridmore stretches for the first time. He delivers, and this ball's fouled off to the right-hand side. Strike 1. Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on the wind here this afternoon. There were tornado warnings in effect throughout the region yesterday. Over middle of the night, it was about 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. 0-1 pitch from Pridmore. Right down the middle on a changeup for a strike, 0-2. Right now, it's pretty stiff out to... looks like center field at this point based off the American flag. And any ball hit in the air could be a field day for these players. No balls and 2 strikes. Pridmore stretches. Checks second base. Does so again. And now brings it up there. And it's a swing and miss. He blows a heater by him. 2 strikeouts for Pridmore in the inning. He's got the strikeout pitch working. And with 2 outs and the runner at second base, it brings Caston Harvey to the plate. Well, Pridmore has had his best appearances of late. He's worked at least 5 2/3 innings in 4 straight, including 7 innings in each of his last 2 starts. We're scoreless in the first. 2 outs and a runner at second base, and here's Harvey, the right-hand hitter. Pridmore stretches and brings it up there and drops the slider across the belt for strike 1, 0-1. Harvey, .283 for the season, 4 homers, 19 driven in. Last year was the most productive hitter for LMU, 5 for 14, a home run, and 3 RBIs in the 4 meetings. 1 strike pitch from Pridmore. High on this fastball, 1-1. You just see the difference between the 2 clubs in terms of the lineup. 6 of the 9 starters in the lineup today for LMU were starters last season versus just 1 of the 9 for Carson-Newman a year ago. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pridmore brings it up there, and here's a foul ball off first base. Pridmore getting ahead at a ball and 2 strikes. Looking to strand that one-out double from Bowles out at second base. Great to have you on board today. This is a single game today, doubleheader tomorrow to wrap up the series. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pridmore's got 2 strikeouts. And he pauses. A long hold, the pitch. High on this fastball, and it's 2-2. Aiden Gibson's hat has flown off of his head, and it is a good 40 feet out into the outfield. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pridmore pauses, now pitches, and he gets another swing and miss. Pridmore strikes out the side in the opening inning, and he works around that one-out double. A hit, a man left for LMU. And after a frame here at Mossy Creek, it's LMU nothing and Carson-Newman coming to the plate when we come back to Jefferson City in a moment on the Eagle Sports Network.
Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
No, Pridmore strikes out the side in the opening inning and works around a one-out double. And Lincoln Memorial turns it over to one of the league's best, 6 feet, 205-pound senior right-hander from Brentwood, Tennessee, Patrick Queener. He's top 3 in the conference in ERA, strikeouts, and strikeout-to-walk ratio. 2-2 record this year. This will be his 8th appearance of the season, a 2.02 ERA. He's fan 56 so far this season. And he gets the baseball from Coach Justin Haywood. And Lincoln Memorial has one of the league's best out there on the mound, and he'll go against this Carson-Newman lineup that has been great in this ballpark, averaging more than 8 runs per game here inside of the friendly confines. Trey Miller starts it off, 308 hitter, 4 homers, 19 driven in for Miller. Has hits in each of his last 4 ball games. And he'll start things off here for the Eagles in the bottom of the first inning. Great crowd here today at the ballpark. Temperatures in the mid-70s, wind gusts reaching as high as 20 miles per hour. Queener works out of the stretch, and his first pitch of the day is a fastball that hits the outer half for a called strike. Now, Queener making his 5th career appearance against Carson-Newman, and he's been good against the Eagles in his time, the 0-1. That one misses outside, 1-1. Well, these two teams played an absolute classic in an elimination game on that Thursday night of the conference tournament last year. Queener and Matt Bradley went back and forth. 1-1 pitch. Miller pops it up on the infield, right side. First baseman Kurth makes the catch on the grass over towards the second base position. And there's one away. Defensively behind Queener, it's Whitehurst, Goda, Keene left, right in the outfield. Harvey, Bowen, Boyd, and Kurth third to first, and Hancock, the man behind the plate. Carson-Newman ended up winning the game 2-1. There were some dramatics at the end. LMU had a tying run running to the plate, but a relay throw from Ryan Potts, Micah Genter to the plate, got the runner. McLean bunts a ball. It's right back to the mound, though. Queener picks and throws him out at first base, so quickly 2 up, 2 down. Well, McLean was trying to angle that more towards third base and just couldn't do so. And with 2 outs and nobody aboard, James Denton, who's been Carson-Newman's hottest hitter, not just of late, but against conference play. He's hitting .333 against the league and is hitting better than .500 during a 6-game hitting streak. Scoreless first inning, 2 outs, nobody aboard. First pitch from Queener is an over-the-top, slow-breaking curveball that clips the inner half for a called strike. 0-1. Queener pitches. Denton swings and misses. No balls and 2 strikes. A couple breaking balls in a row there from the right-hander. And you hope that game 1 could turn out to be a really good pitching matchup between 2 aces. The 0-2 tries the curveball again. This time Denton doesn't offer at it. And he counts it a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Denton talked about on Wednesday after Carson-Newman's 8-0 win against King that he's feeling a little more confident in the batter's box of late, transitioning as a transfer. The 1-2. Queener snaps a fastball just below the knees to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Denton now at .327 for the year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Queener pitches. And Denton rips one back into center field, sinking, diving, unable to come up with it as the center fielder Goda. It ricochets off of his body. He loses his glove, but he's able to get back to it in time, get it back to the infield, and hold Denton to a single. But James Denton has now hit safely in 7 in a row. And he rockets a base hit back into center field. It was a good play by Goda. He nearly came up with it, and it's very fortuitous for LMU because if that ball gets by him at all, Denton's still running because Keene wouldn't have been able to get over there for quite a while. So with 2 outs and a runner on, here's Mitchell Ballant, .333 hitter, 6 home runs. And he checks his swing on a slider that tails away for ball 1. Well, Carson-Newman has only hit 4 home runs in 12 league games this year. Ballant's been responsible for half of those. 1-0 pitch. Ballant fouls it straight back, a high heater. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Carson-Newman, despite winning 7 of the last 9, has only won 1 of the last 10 conference series against Lincoln Memorial. 1-1 pitch. Ballant shoots it foul down the right field line, out of play. He's in a 1-2 hole now. The 1 series win came in 2021 when the teams were playing those 4-game series after COVID. And the Eagles swept that one April 2nd and 3rd, 2021. Denton leads away from first. The 1-2 pitch. Down and away. Good take by Ballant. A tailing breaking ball that looks so enticing at first and eventually drops out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The American flag about ready to pull the pole down out in right center field. Stiff towards left. The 2-2. Ballant hits it sharply on the ground in the hole at short. Bowen picks, throws to second to get the lead runner and end the inning. So a fielder's choice ends the frame. Each team gets a hit in the opening inning, but neither side able to put a run across against these 2 aces. We're through an inning of work. LMU back to the plate in a second with no score here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Noah Pridmore hurled 14 pitches in the opening inning, and he struck out the side despite giving up a 1-out double in the inning. And now here in the second frame, he'll go to work on Gavin Whitehurst in the 5, 6, 7 slots in the Lincoln Memorial lineup. No score here at the ballpark, and Pridmore back to work here against the right-hand hitting Whitehurst. He's into his motion, and the right-hander pitches, and he just does miss down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, against the league this season, Pridmore has been very solid, an ERA of 3.86 in 4 starts. The 1-0 on the outside corner with a heater for a strike. Numbers are deceptive, too. He's given up 26 hits in 25 2/3 entering the day, but a good chunk of those have been infield singles. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pridmore wheels and deals. And here's a shot down the right field line. Long run for Potts. Still going over towards the line. He's there to make the catch in fair ground and take away perhaps extra bases from Whitehurst. Well, that ball hung up just long enough. It seemed like a ball that was slicing towards the line. Might have had a chance to drop in, but it hung up long enough, and Potts was able to lean down near his left hip and make the grab. So here's Cameron Bowen with 1 out, nobody aboard. No score in the second. Right-hand hitter swings at the first pitch and flies it foul off of first. Bowen, a .237 hitter this year, a couple homers and 15 driven in. Well, the biggest strong suit that LMU has offensively is stolen bases. They got to get guys on base. And Bowen is that artist. He's a flawless 13 out of 13 in stolen bases this year. And Aiden Gibson in on the grass at third, expecting perhaps a bunt. 1 strike pitch. Breaking ball misses well outside. Carson-Newman defensively last weekend, numbers very deceptive. Eagles committed 7 errors against Newberry. Had a great stretch defensively. 1-1 on the outside corner for a strike on a breaking ball. It's 1-2. These are 2 of the top 3 defensive teams in the league. Carson-Newman has gotten significantly better from the beginning of the year. Pridmore ahead at 1-2. Balance setting up outside. Pridmore pitches and throws a fastball right to the glove of Ballant, but he was set up on the outside of the chalk in the left-handed batter's box and didn't get the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Pridmore works quickly as he brings it up there. This one he overthrows and nearly goes to the backstop. Ballant stops it, and for the first time today, no, Pridmore enters a 3-ball count. I certainly don't want to let Bowen get on the base paths and let him get off and running. Kurth in the on-deck circle has 20 RBIs. Here's a payoff pitch. He challenges him with a fastball, and Bowen launches to center field. McLean to the warning track. That ball keeps drifting, and right on the warning track, it's hauled in by McLean. That ball just kept slicing away from where he had been set up in left center field, and he kept drifting and drifting. And as he makes the catch, he sticks both hands out and slams into the wall. 2 retired. Here's Ryan Kurth. .267 hitter, 3 homers, 20 RBIs, and he takes a first pitch fastball away for ball 1. We're scoreless here in the second inning in front of a terrific crowd on a Saturday afternoon in Jeff City. Pridmore's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch inside. Well, you have to really appreciate what Pridmore has done this year. The Eagles needed a Friday night starter, at least a game 1 starter in conference play. The 1-1. There's a strike. 1-2. And length in terms of pitching as well was something that they needed. And he's worked 6 innings 4 times in 8 starts. Here comes Pridmore's 1-2 pitch. Tries to toss a fastball high, but it stays above the zone, and Kurth doesn't offer. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pridmore gets the sign from Ballant. 1 knee down, right side, outside part of the plate, and the sliders fouled straight back. 2-2. Carson-Newman wearing those white pinstripe uniforms today. That slick look for the Eagles with the navy hats. LMU has the pinstripe slacks and the navy tops and navy lids. Pridmore's 2-2 pitch. Fouled back again. Well, Pridmore's gone back-to-back sliders. Kurth has been able to hang around with a count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pridmore looking for his 4th punch-out. And another break-even coming. Yanks a fastball well off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Really good at bat right here by Kurth. Upping the pitch count of Pridmore, and for the 2nd straight batter, a string runs out at 3-2. And a scoreless game in the 2nd with 2 outs and nobody on. Pridmore pitches, and it is a swing and miss. He took a little something off of it, and he gets his 4th punch out. These 2 pitchers going back and forth early. Pridmore a 1-2-3 inning. And it'll be Smith, Bose, and Potts hitting the bat rack for the Eagles when they come to the plate in the bottom of the 2nd inning here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
No, Pridmore's faced 1 over the minimum through 2 innings, has 4 punch-outs. And Carson-Newman will get its first cuts of the day in the bottom of the 2nd inning through the middle of the lineup today. Nelson Smith will start it off, 284 hitter this season. And he'll go to work here on Patrick Queener, who, just like Pridmore, threw 14 pitches in the opening inning. A scoreless game here in the last of the 2nd. In the preseason all-conference selection, Queener, third base side of the rubber pitches. Smith squares the bunt. It's a fastball that bounces to the backstop. Well, Queener last year faced the minimum through 4 innings, allowed just 1 walk against the Eagles in the conference tournament. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ties him up with a fastball high and tight. Eagles finally got to him in the 5th inning when Harrison Travis doubled and came in to score on a wild pitch. 1-1 pitch. Smith lines a base hit into left center field. That one sinks in a hurry. Over to cut it off. Spins and gets it back in. And it's a leadoff single for Nelson Smith. 2nd hit of the game for Carson-Newman. Leadoff man on base. And Zach Bose will get his turn. Bose, a 242 hitter. Two home runs, 17 RBIs. We're scoreless in the 2nd. Smith, good base runner, 3 steals this year. First pitch to Bose is a swing and miss on a fastball high. Well, in the last 6 conference games, Carson-Newman has attempted just 2 stolen bases. And they've been caught stealing both times. They haven't swiped a sack against the league since March 11th. 1-strike pitch. Bose shoots it down the right field line. There's a lot of space over there. Hustling over Keene. This drops in fair ground. Smith hustling over to third base. He's in there. Back-to-back singles for the Eagles, and Carson-Newman in business here in the 2nd. Well, the defensive alignment for LMU was shuffled way over towards the left field side. Keene was over in the alleyway in right center, and despite that ball hanging up for a long time, it had plenty of space to drop, and Smith got a good read, and he trots over to third. So here's Ryan Potts, 259 hitter on the season. Runners at the corners. Eagles looking to strike first here in the 2nd. Queener working out of the stretch. Right-hander pitches, and he drops a slider off the plate down and away. Well, I mentioned the defensive play last year. Well, Potts' biggest contribution against these 2 clubs last season came in as a defensive substitution late And after a leadoff walk to Ryan Kurth, Sam Matz doubled the left, but Potts came up with the first of 2 throws to the plate. 1-0 misses down and in. That got the runner at the dish for the first out. Jake Wright eventually struck out Harvey and got a line out of Hagen, and that ended the game, and Carson-Newman advanced in the conference tournament last year. 2-0 to Potts. He lines a base hit into center field. Smith is in to score. Bo stops at second. Ryan Potts delivers. Eagles lead 1-0. Well, Queener nearly got a glove on that baseball. It was a rocket back into center field. It didn't go very far off the ground, maybe about 5.5, 6 feet off the ground, but Queener reaction couldn't get there in time. It's into center field. 3 straight singles. And now one of Carson-Newman's best run producers, Aiden Gibson, comes in. And time called by Hancock. He'll head out to the mound to have a word with Queener. Well, Queener in his career against Carson-Newman has allowed 10 runs over 21 innings and has given up just 22 base runners in those 21 innings entering today against Carson-Newman. And Gibson, who since February 25th has a team best 15 RBIs, stands in. Does he get asked to lay down a bunt? Corner infield expecting it. Queener pitches. There is a sign of a bunt. It's a breaking ball down and away. They throw it back to second base. It glances off of Bowen, but he's able to smother it enough to keep it just a few feet away from him as Bowes gets back to the bag. Well, Will Gibbs in the on-deck circle leads the team with 13 hits with runners in scoring position this season. 1 ball, no strikes. Gibson again squares to bunt, pushes this first base side. Picked up by Queener, tosses it to the second baseman covering, and Kurth nearly got in the way. So it's a 1-4 sacrifice bunt. Bowes to third, Potts to second. And with runners at second and third base and 1 out, it brings Gibbs to the plate. That was nearly a disaster for LMU. Kurth was backpedaling towards the bag. He just needed to get out of the way. Tyler Boyd did a good job of covering the bag at first. So with 1 out and runners at second and third base, first pitch from Queener to Gibbs is on the outside corner for a strike. Gibbs, .283 hitter this season, 15 runs driven in. And a couple big ones standing out on the base paths against Queener, who the most runs that he's given up this year is 3. The 0-1. Gibbs, suicide squeeze bunt, lunges the bat out there, gets it down. Bowes scores. Carson-Newman leads 2-0. What a bunt by Gibbs. I think he only had 1 hand on the bat when he laid it down. Impressive bunt by Gibbs. He adds an RBI. Yeah, he did. He took the right hand off the barrel, just flung the left hand out there with a bat, made contact, kept it fair, and the Eagles lead it 2-0. Here's Trey Miller. He lines the ball back up the box on a couple bounces. Bowen picks it up, throws it to first, and gets Miller to end the inning. But Carson-Newman scores twice in the second, and the Eagles take a 2-0 lead. Excellent work by the Eagles. Base hit from Potts, squeeze bunt from Gibbs, and a 2-0 early lead for the Eagles. Through 2 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial
commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Carson-Newman gets 2 in the second inning, and they lead it 2-0 as Noah Pridmore, who's retired 5 in a row, will face off with Tyler Boyd to start it off. The 8-hole batter, hitting 200 this season, will get his first cuts. Pridmore, 31 pitches so far, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed. And the right-hander ready to go on another right-hand hitter as Pridmore lifts the leg and fires, and his first pitch dips below the zone for ball 1. Well, the Eagles get an early 2 against Queener, who was great against the Eagles to start last year and solid all game, giving up just 2. This pitch is a line smash into right center field. That's a base hit. McLean over to cut it off. Big turn from Boyd, but he slams on the brakes. Second hit of the day, and the leadoff man on base for the first time for LMU. And Jared Hancock, the catcher, hitting .204 with 4 RBIs, will step to the plate. Carson-Newman 2, Lincoln Memorial 0 here in the third. Pridmore from the first base side of the slab works out of the stretch. 3 steals for Boyd this year. Pridmore's first pitch is a fastball, bounced right back to him. He bobbles, recovers, bare hands, throws to second for 1, over to first. That's a double play. Excellent stick-to-itiveness by Pridmore. It was on the first base side of the slab. It bounced out of his glove, popped right back into his right bare hand, twirled through to Miller for 1, back over to first for a twin killing. 1-6-3, roll it up. And just like that, 2 outs and nobody on, and here's Colin Goda, strikeout victim in the first. 2-0 Eagles here in the third. Pridmore's first pitch on the outside corner with a slider for strike 1. Well, the Eagles' defense at time has been great with the DP ball, and that was a big one. The 0-1 check swing. Did he go? He did not after an appeal to Randy Hartzell at first. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Pridmore works out of the full windup now with a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss again. Well, he's got that breaking ball working right now, be it a changeup at times, but the slider's been the strong one. And once again, ahead of the ball and 2 strikes and looking for quick work here in the third inning. Here's the 1-2. Just missed outside with a fastball. Go to nearly chased. Laid back. 2-2. Pridmore working out of the windup. Ready to fire it home with a 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And that slider goes to the backstop this time around as Ballant can't stop it. And the count goes full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runs on 4 hits for Carson-Newman. No runs on 2 base hits for LMU. And here comes the payoff pitch from Pridmore. Swing and a miss. Beats him with a pitch upstairs. 5th punch out for Noah Pridmore. He is dialed in. A 10-pitch third. And despite a leadoff single, Pridmore faces the minimum in inning number 3. And it's 2-0 Carson-Newman through 2.5. Eagles hit the bat rack when we come back. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up for Tom Griffin's group when we return to Mossy Creek on the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dalton McClain to start it off for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the third inning. Eagles lead it 2-0 against Patrick Queener, who's thrown 27 pitches but just gave up 2 runs in the second. And the right-hander ready to go to work on McClain, and his first pitch is right down the middle for strike one called. It's just the 5th time this season that Queener's given up multiple runs in an outing. He hasn't given up more than 3 at all this year, as he spins the slider off the plate away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lincoln Memorial started the year 10-0 before losing at Erskine on February 21st. 1-1 pitch. Hit sharply on the ground out to short. Bowen gobbles it up. A throw over to first base to a stretching Kurth. Retires McClain for the opening out of the bottom of the third. LMU 9-10 since the 10-0 start. They lost their first 3 conference series against Catawba, Wingate, Anderson, before they swept Tusculum last weekend. James Denton stands in. 2-0 Eagles in the third, and Denton swings at the first pitch and fouls it off of third base. Singled his only time up today. Only 3 games in the league yesterday. Mars Hill beat Limestone 11-2. King beats Tusculum 3-2, and Catawba beat Anderson 8-3. And a very busy day around the league today. 0-1 misses high and tight. A ball and a strike to Denton. Queener pitches, and Denton checks his swing, and it's strike 2 called. 1-2. A little bit of a shift implied here for LMU. The shortstop Bowen playing back up the middle, and the third baseman Harvey well off the line. 1-2 pitch. Denton can't hold back on a check swing. He offers at it on a breaking ball down and in. That's Patrick Queener's first strikeout of the day. And it's the second out here of the third to bring Mitchell Ballant to the plate. Ballant hit into a fielder's choice to end the opening inning. Eagles lead it 2-0 on the splitters. Queener's first offering. Ballant tried to wait back on a curveball and swings over the top of it. Well, Queener has struck out at least 8 in 5 straight outings. 1 strike and nothing here to Ballant. Queener lifts the leg and fires, and Ballant swings and drives one out to left field. This one back to the fence. It is out of here. Home run number 7 for Mitchell Ballant, and the Eagles lead 3-0. On an 0-1 pitch. That pitch caught a lot of the plate from Queener, and Ballant did not miss it. He launches it out to left field. A 2-route blast for the Eagles and a 3-0 lead. Here's Nelson Smith, and he swings at the first pitch and flies it into the football stadium right field side for strike 1. Well, Smith started the 2-run rally in the second inning with a base hit. Came in to score on Ryan Potts' single to center. Eagles lead 3-0. Queener pitches, and he misses way up in the zone. One ball, one strike here to the right-handed hitting Nelson Smith. Here's the pitch. Smith hits a fly ball, sinking out towards left field. Whitehurst coming on, still coming on, cannot come up with it. Smith is thinking about two. Whitehurst's throw is well past the second baseman, Boyd, rolling up the hill, third base side. Smith is touching third base. He's hustling home. The throw to the plate, bobbled. Smith in there safely. How about the hustle of Nelson Smith and a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead? That'll be a double for Smith and then a two-base throwing error by Whitehurst. And a Little League homer for Nelson Smith. How about the pressure that Smith applies right there? Excellent hustle. And now the right-handed hitting Bose fouls the first pitch off the right field side. Well, Smith never broke stride. Once he put that ball in play, he was hustling the entire way. And what an effort by Smith to get all the way around the base pass. And here's a bouncing ball over to first base. Kurth picks it up, takes it to the bag himself. And Carson-Newman settles for the 2 in the inning, but 2 more come across for Carson-Newman. The big fly from Ballant and the Little League bomb from Smith, and a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead. We head to the 4th. No Pridmore dialed in. He's got a 4-run lead to work with. Can he keep slinging up zeros? Find out when we come back to Mossy Creek with the Eagles on top, 4-0.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Carson-Newman has scored 2 runs in each of the last 2 innings and threw 3. It's a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead here on Lincoln Memorial to bring Carson Bowles to the plate here in the 4th. Noah Pridmore back to work. 40 pitches so far on the day as he pitches and drops one low and outside for a ball. Eagles leading at 4-0 as they've gotten to one of the league's best pitchers, Patrick Queener. Pridmore's 1-0 pitch is a line drive, sinking base hit into left field. Second straight inning in which LMU starts the frame with a leadoff single. Last inning, they turned up a double play. And Pridmore has given up a hit for the 3rd time in 4 innings. So here's Andrew Keene. He was a strikeout victim back in the 1st. Carson-Newman leads 4-0. And the right-hander Pridmore works out of the stretch this time as he brings it up there and splits the plate in half with a fastball. Bowles this season has 4 steals. Pretty much if you're in this lineup, you have at least 3. Couple players with double digits for Lincoln Memorial. That's a strong suit. Pridmore's 1-strike pitch. Another fastball. And yet again, Keene watches it fly by. Not happy with either of those calls, but, I mean, those look like pretty good pitches. No balls and 2 strikes. Bowles over at first base. Pridmore stretches. He delivers, and it's a tapper foul off of the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. The last time Queener gave up more than 3 runs in a start, you have to go back to April 22nd of last year. He gave up 7 in 5 innings against Lenore Rhine. He He typically is a shutdown arm, but the Eagles have tattooed him here for 4 in the first 3. Pridmore's 0-2 pitch. Misses well outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two teams that have met in the conference tournament in 3 of the last 6 years. Squaring off in a conference series here at Mossy Creek. The 1-2. Foul back on a fastball. And the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. Pridmore having to spend a little more time out there on the slab with the runner at first base. Long hold, the 1-2. High again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Lincoln Memorial certainly would like to make Pridmore work a little bit. See if they can get something taken care of. LMU, the league's best fielding team, commits an error that allows a run to score in the last inning. Here's the pitch, and here's a line smash into right field. That's caught by Potts. They got a shot at first. The throw over there in time. That's a double play. A rocket hit to Potts in right. He came up throwing and sizzled one into the mid of Denton for the double play. Second straight inning, a double play ball. Bulls retired 9-3, and that was a perfect throw from Potts. And with 2 outs and now nobody aboard, here's Caston Harvey. Pridmore wheels and deals, and Harvey takes a slider on the outside corner for strike 1 call. Harvey, a strikeout victim in the first, his only time up there. Pridmore, 3 innings, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. And his 1-strike pitch on the way. Just missed low with a breaking ball. Pridmore liked it. You could see by his facial reaction. And he thought that it was a strike. Didn't get the call. He's ready to go with a 1-1 pitch. Tries another breaking ball. This one he yanks a little bit outside. 2-1. Very few times today this has happened in which Pridmore has fallen behind of a batter. And that's where he is right now at 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Ground ball hit out to short. Miller up with it. Couple slide steps and a strong throw to Denton to end the inning. Second straight inning, the leadoff man reaches. Second straight inning, the Eagles turn a double play. This time it's a liner to Potts and right. And through 3.5, Carson-Newman in control as Pridmore's faced just 1 over the minimum through 4. And a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Carson-Newman has scored 2 runs in each of his last 2 trips to the plate. With a 4-0 lead, Ryan Potts, who had an RBI single and a 2-run second, leads off. Just had a great defensive play as well on a liner to right and a double play opportunity, getting the runner at first base. Queener's at 41 pitches, and his first pitch of the 4th misses low. Season high for runs allowed right now for a pitcher that entered the day 2nd in the conference in ERA. 4-0 Carson-Newman, the pitch. Potts bounces one, third base side, but it's foul. And Queener has not walked anybody, but he's already given up 6 hits. Most he's given up in any game this year is 7. He's done that twice. 1-1 pitch. Potts cue balls one, foul back and to the backstop. It's 1-2. Today was Carson-Newman's senior day. 11 seniors honored before the game, and big reason why the crowd here today is fantastic. 1-2 pitch is strike 3 called on the outside corner. It was a good curveball that just found the outer half. And with 1 out and nobody aboard, Aiden Gibson will bat. Gibson had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And steps into the batter's box with Carson-Newman leading at 4-0. Queener looking to right the ship, and it seemed like he had that in the 3rd inning. Retired the first 2 before the homer. And this one hits Gibson, a fastball that caught a lot of the left calf of Gibson. That's a hit batter. And a 1-out base runner for Carson-Newman to bring Will Gibbs to the plate. Actually might have got it maybe above the calf, right behind the knee. Nevertheless, an uncomfortable feeling there for Aiden Gibson, who has 3 steals this year, is at first. And here's Will Gibbs, who had that flawless suicide squeeze bunt. And he squares the bunt again. Misses outside. Throw to first. Gibson back. And great to have you on board today. Baseball season now officially in full effect across every level. Minor League Baseball starting yesterday. The 1-0. High. It's off of the glove of the catcher Hancock. Gibson was running on the pitch, and he swipes his 4th bag of the year. Well, it was a fastball that was way up in the zone, and Gibson was running on the pitch. He might have had the bag stolen anyway, but Hancock didn't get a clean glove to it. And a steal puts Gibson in scoring position, where Carson-Newman today is 1 out of 2. 2 balls, no strikes here to Will Gibbs. 1 out, runner at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Gibbs beaten on a fastball high. Corner infield in for the time being. Thinking that perhaps Gibbs still might lay down a bunt. Might have had that chance right there on a 2-0 count to swing. And they think maybe he reverts back to a bunt. Here's the 2-1. Gibbs slices it down the right field line, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keener, I'm sure, pitching with a little bit of extra motivation now. Out there on the slab as he dials in the sign from his battery mate Hancock. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander pitches, and a swing and a miss on a slider down. It'll be picked up by Hancock. He throws to second base. And it is not in time. The ball was dropped by Boyd. Gibbs legs it out at first. That was an interesting decision right there. So call it a strikeout. Then call it a wild pitch to allow Gibbs to reach base safely. And with 2 men on and 1 out, here's Trey Miller. The right-hander pitches, and that misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. Carson-Newman's offense just applying pressure, and they have been so good here at home. Eagles enter the day in the top 4 in the league at 8-4 in league action. 1-0 pitch from Queener. Miller shoots it back up the middle. Backhanded stop by Boyd. Underhands to Bowen. He bobbles, but is able to get to the second base bag before Gibbs slides in. So that'll be a fielder's choice 4-6 on the put out at second. To third base goes Gibson. And now Justin Haywood heads out to the mound in his 3rd season with LMU to talk. This is an LMU team that, as I mentioned, they lead the league in fielding percentage. They had made just 30 errors in 29 games this year. stingier defensive teams have made some mistakes with the ball. And this conversation seems to be geared toward the entirety of the infield. Well, certainly part of the conversation has to be if Hancock just throws that ball to first to get Gibbs, this inning is over. Instead, you're bringing Dalton McLean to the plate with Carson-Newman looking to add to its lead. It's a 4-0 game here in the last of the fourth inning. McLean has grounded out twice. Once to the mound, once to short. Carson-Newman leads at 4-0. They've scored in back-to-back innings, looking to make it a third in a row. And the right-hander, Queener, straightens up on the third base side and pitches and fires a fastball in there for strike one. Well, Carson-Newman has half of its hits with 2 outs today, 3 for 6. And that was an issue last year. Eagles gave up 14 2-out hits to LMU in the 4 games. Throw to first base. Miller dives back. Miller, the team's leader in stolen bases, 9 steals and 12 tries. Always got to consider him a threat on the base paths, and he's getting a good lead at first. Eagles might try to steal one. The pitch misses outside, a ball and a strike. Well, I think if this ball gets into a pitcher's count, perhaps Miller might take off, see if he can get into a rundown, and see if Gibson can come in and get that 5th run across. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch, down and away again, 2-1. Queener nibbling with a breaking ball. And the Eagles showcasing their patience at the plate. This was the 2nd best pitching staff in the league this year entering the day. There goes Miller. Now he stops, and the ball's fouled straight back by McLean. And the count evens to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 men on. The Eagles lead it 4-0. A right-handed pitching Queener as the wind really picks up here at the ballpark. Has his sign. There goes Miller. This pitch is fouled back, and we'll have to do it again at 2-2. McLean this season, just a .214 hitter with runners in scoring position. Would like to come up clutch here. Miller, another good lead. He takes off again. The pitch is taken for a ball. Pump fake from Hancock. And Miller swipes second as the count goes to 3-2. Second steal in this inning for Carson-Newman. And they hadn't had a stolen base in their last 6 against the league. And now with first base open and 2 outs, the Eagles leading at 4-0 in the 4th. A 3-2 pitch coming here to Dalton McLean. He swings and flies it out to center field. Goda has it in his sights. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So Carson-Newman unable to score as they strand a pair in scoring position in the 4th. But Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial 4-0. We head to the 5th. Pridmore's faced one over the minimum. Can he keep the good times rolling out there on the hill, or does LMU get to him? Find out when we return on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
No, Pridmore has a 4-0 lead to work with as he's back on to the mound here in the 5th inning to face off against 5, 6, and 7 in the LMU lineup. Gavin Whitehurst starts it off. A fly out to right in his only at-bat of the day. LMU's had the leadoff man aboard in the last 2 innings, but double plays have allowed Pridmore to face the minimum. As his first pitch is a swing and miss here from Whitehurst. 1 strike and nothing to count. A sun-soaked Saturday afternoon at Mossy Creek, and Carson-Newman with the advantage. A 4-0. Pridmore lifts the leg and misses with another slider down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Great to have you on board for this one. It's the first of 3 this weekend here at Mossy Creek. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pridmore delivers, and it's a bouncing ball foul up the third base line. Pridmore gets ahead at a ball and 2 strikes. He's lived ahead in the count. Well, things just getting started over at Mars Hill. 1-2-3 inning from Limestone starter Andrew Dye against Mars Hill. Fastball from Pridmore way outside, misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander has the sign, the pitch. He misses again with a breaking ball, down and away, 3-2. It's a scoreless effort in the 5th inning at Tusculum in the lone non-conference series of the weekend. Scoreless between the Pioneers and King. Here's the payoff from Pridmore. And he doesn't get Whitehurst to chase. He takes ball 4 down and away. And a leadoff man on base for a 3rd straight inning. Cameron Bowen steps into the box. A line out to center, his only time up. Eagles have double plays in the last 2 innings, leading 4-0. Pridmore's first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike to get ahead at 0-1. Right-hand pitcher staring down the barrel for the sign. He pitches and is fouled straight back. 0-2. LMU hits in 3 of the first 4 innings of the day. Carson-Newman leading at 4-0. Pridmore gets the sign, first base side, now steps off and checks on Whitehurst. Whitehurst has 6 stolen bases this year. And he's done so having been caught just once. LMU has not attempted a steal so far today. Pridmore's pause. And now the 2-strike pitch. Elevates a fastball, doesn't get a chase from Bowen, and it's 1-2. Well, Pridmore today has been excellent. And you're seeing a maturation of this right-hander from Ottawa, Tennessee, taking place before our very eyes the last few weeks. 1-2 pitch. Twists one into the dirt, 2-2. You look back at last year, Pridmore started 7 games, was mostly a midweek starter at the beginning, started to work his way into the rotation at the end of the year. And never had a chance in the conference tournament to showcase his stuff, and he slots right into the Friday night start of this year. 2-2 pitch. Line drive hit down the left field line. This is trouble, and it is a 2-run ball game. Bowen hooks one into the corner down the left field line. His 3rd home run of the year, and it's a 4-2 ball game. On a 2-2 pitch, Bowen curls one down the left field line. And just like that, it is 4-2. And LMU breaks through here in the 5th. And now here's Ryan Kurth, a strikeout in the 2nd, as Pridmore's first pitch is a fastball, first strike on the outer half to get ahead at 0-1. Let's see how Pridmore responds after giving up the long ball. 1 strike offering. Fouled back. He gets ahead at 0-2. Opponents this year hitting .256 against the Eagles in league play. Eagles have given up now 14 homers in 13 games. Pridmore ahead at 0-2 as he unwinds, and a foul ball hit off of first again. Count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, Pridmore has given up now 7 home runs on the year in 52 innings. No balls and 2 strikes. Pridmore lifts the leg and fires and misses high with a fastball, 1-2. Well, the 5th inning of the Newberry game last week was an issue for Pridmore. 3 runs and 3 hits against the Wolves. Giving him 5 overall in that one, as he misses with a 1-2 on a fastball away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 fouled off of first base. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another good at bat. His second time through the lineup for Pridmore, having to grind a little bit more. The LMU hitters, give him credit, have been able to extend at bats by fouling pitches away. You can hear the wind just lighting up the ballpark. The 2-2. Ground ball hit in the hole at short. Good backhand sliding stop by Miller. Pops to his feet. Long throw to first. Gets Kurth. Very good play right there by Trey Miller. It was hit to his right-hand side. Not very far, but had to go down to both knees on a good slide. Able to get up, and it was a good, strong throw to Denton in his chest at first base. Out number 1 of the 5th in a 4-2 game. Here's Tyler Boyd. Had a base hit his only time at the plate. First pitch from Pridmore's a swing and a foul tip gloved by Ballant for strike 1. Carson-Newman on top by 2, looking to keep it that way here in the 5th. And the 1-strike pitch from Pridmore. High on a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Pridmore doing some manicuring to the mound, and it looks like they made some adjustments to the pitcher's mound of late. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Just missed high, 2-1. You always have to pay so much attention to that area. That's one of the high volume, high traffic areas on this infield turf. You can see some of the pellets and sand around that area. The 2-1 off the plate on a fastball, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to count. Pridmore needs one here. He pitches, and it's a ground ball back up the middle. Miller was playing right there, grabs it behind the second base bag, and the shortstop throws out Boyd. And back-to-back batters are tired after the Bowen home run. And with 2 outs and nobody on, Jared Hancock, who hit into a double play ball his only time up, will step into the box. Carson-Newman 4, Lincoln Memorial 2, top of the 5th inning. LMU has a 41-40 all-time edge. Eagles, though, have won the last 2 and 7 of the last 9. Pridmore pitches. Check swing, slider down and away, ball 1. Well, this has been a lengthier inning for Pridmore. Up over 75 pitches now on the day. And looking to get through this 5th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Pridmore delivers, and he drops one right across the belt for a strike, 1-1. Well, Pridmore pitched at Lincoln Memorial last year. He earned the win. 3 innings, 5 hits, and an earned run allowed, the 1-1. Hit in the air out to left field. Smith started back. He misjudges it, and it gets past his glove and ricochets off of the fence. Hancock into second base. That'll be a double. And that ball was lined right out to Smith. And that one just missed by Smith. He hit that one sharply And Smith just never could get his glove on it, and it looked like he hooked it the last second, and that allows the inning to extend. Second hit of the frame. And with 2 outs, Colin Goda stands in. Pridmore's first pitch to him is a looping liner, snared on a diving effort by the shortstop Miller to end the inning. So the defensive miscue leads to just 1 extra pitch for Pridmore in the 5th. LMU has sliced the score in half. Bowen's 2-run home run has made it 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Lincoln Memorial has put a dent into its deficit. And with Carson-Newman leading it 4-2, the Eagles will try to get back into the scoring column here in the bottom of the 5th. Denton, Ballant, Smith, 3, 4, and 5 due up for Carson-Newman. Here against Patrick Queener, who's gone 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 strikeouts for LMU. Denton 1 out of 2 today, and Queener's first pitch is a curveball. He has been throwing a lot of those to Denton today. The lone left-handed bat in Carson-Newman's lineup, it has been a heavy dosage of 12-6 curves. 1-0. This time it's a fastball, shoveled back up the middle, off the diving glove of Boyd, right over to the shortstop Bowen. And that'll be an infield single for James Denton to start off the 5th inning. Well, that ball nearly got back into the outfield, and it was a really good play by Boyd. Had to lunge to his right to try to snare it. And it gets past him, and it's a season-high 7th hit allowed by Queener. So here is Mitchell Ballant, homered his last time up. And the first pitch to him here is a swing and another drive. This one's way back to left field. So long. Ballant homers for the second time in 3 innings. And it's 6-2 Carson-Newman on the no-doubter from Ballant. I mean, Ballant just absolutely hammered that ball. First pitch he saw, he's got 8 bombs now this year. So here's Nelson Smith, and he takes low for ball 1. 6-2 Carson-Newman. The Eagles, just like that, on 3 pitches, get the 4-run lead back. Smith has 2 hits today as he takes low this time, 2-0. Single and a run scored in the second, and then had that Little League homer in the third. He doubled the left and an errant throw by Whitehurst that ended up on the fence first base side. Allowed Smith to score. 2-0 pitch. Low, 3-0. Well, it's 6 runs on 8 hits given up here by Queener. And he had come into today having given up 11 runs all year long. Fastball misses high and tight, ball 4. And the first 3 have reached safely for Carson-Newman here in the 5th. And Zach Bowes will get his turn. Well, this is LMU's ace, one of the best pitchers in the entire conference entering the day. But it has been anything but an easy day at the ballpark for Queener. Zach Bose, 1 out of 2, watches a curveball stay high. That's 5 in a row out of the zone by the right-hander. Deuces have been wild today. Every inning that a run is scored, it's been 2. 2 from the Eagles in the second, third, and now the fifth, and 2 from the Splitters in the top half of this inning. And time called. Matt Thomas will head out to the mound to have a word. Out there on the slab with Queener. And cannot tell if there's anybody loosening down in the bullpen. Sometimes you can see whether or not somebody's loosening down there based off of either the door being open as the bullpen's behind the right field wall, or sometimes you have players that line up along the fencing along the right-hand side there, but no indication in this one. Meeting adjourns. 1-0 to Bose. 6-2 Eagles in the fifth. Queener pitches, and Bose fouls it straight back. He got a good pitch to hit, and it counts it a ball and a strike. Right-hander, ready with a 1-1 pitch. Queener delivers another high fastball, 2-1. Well, you look back through the archives of Queener. This is his 5th year on the mound, and the most hits that he's ever given up in an outing is 9. The most runs he's ever given up is 7. As Bose pops one back and out of play. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Eagles right now on 6 runs on 8 hits. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. A runner at first base. Queener straightens up, and the 2-2. Bose shoots it back into center field. Goda is in the tracks, trots to his left a couple steps, makes the catch. And that retires Bose for the first out here at the bottom of the 5th inning. And now Ryan Potts, 1 out of 2 today. RBI single in the second. The Eagles leading it 6-2 here in the 5th. Smith over at first base. Righty against right-hand batter. The pitch, high. That was number 75 of the day for Queener. Queener had entered the day having given up 36 hits and 40 innings pitched. And the Eagles have taken advantage here in this one. He'd given up 1 home run all year. He's given up 2 to Ballin. Wind not helping anybody's cause at the ballpark. 1-0 the count. The pitch, high, 2-0. Well, one thing that is certainly happening right now with Queener is a lot of his pitches are staying up in the zone. That is the opposite of what happened when he started this ball game. He was consistently being right around the kneecaps. 2-0 the count. The pitch, swing and a miss. Ponce out in front of it. 2-1. Well, a capacity crowd here today at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex have watched Carson-Newman jump out to a 4-run lead for the second time today. 2-1. High on another fastball. 3-1. Well, Lincoln Memorial has some really good bullpen arms. David Bryan Ellison and Colin Murphy. As good as it gets in the bullpen. But down by 4, Queener trying to grind through the 3-1. Potts dribbles 1 to third on 1 high hop. It's picked up by Harvey on the run, a throw to first. Retires Potts. Smith hustles over to second base. And the line keeps rolling along for Aiden Gibson here in the 5th. Carson-Newman leads it 6-2. Gibson today, no official at-bats. Sack bunt and a hit by pitch. And the first offering to him is a curveball in their first strike. I was wondering when we'd see more of that. Queener didn't have a very good feel of that fastball in this inning and starts off Gibson with a off-speed pitch. Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball hit sharply out to short. Bowen stays down on it. Couple steps, throws to first, and that ends the inning. But Carson-Newman does more damage. And yet again, it's Mitchell Ballant. A 2-run blast this time. And through 5, the lead is back to 4. It's 6-2 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Mitchell Ballant's 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th has given Carson-Newman a 6-2 lead. And before we start off the 6th inning, we'll have to do some field maintenance. A massive branch just flew into right field, and Will Gibbs, Ryan Potts, and Dalton McLean are all out there doing some yard work, collecting some firewood for the postgame and shoveling it over the top of the fence to try to clear things out here. And that's the kind of day that it has been. On the surface, amazing. Sunny skies overhead, terrific weather overall, but the wind has just been blitzing the ballpark. And Carson-Newman has taken advantage of things so far. So with Carson-Newman leading at 6-2, Pridmore gets another warm-up toss. And now Carson Bowles will stand in. Bowles will get his opportunity. Today, 2 hits of the team's 5. A double and a single. And Pridmore works out of the windup as he brings it up there and misses well low and outside on a breaking ball. Well, Bowles has done his job, but in that first inning, a double, back-to-back strikeouts. In the 4th, a base hit, and then he was doubled off of first. The 1-0 on the outside corner with a fastball to even the count at a ball and a strike. Well, if you wore a hat today, certainly in danger of that thing flying off your head at some point. Here's the 1-1. High pop-up. Left side. This one will get into the outfield. The wind pushing it out. Now Smith can't find it. It's over his head. It drops in, and Bowles is into second. That'll be a double for Bowles. Any other day, that would have been a routine out. But on a day like today where the wind is nearly knocking the pole down in right field of the American flag, ripping it. It started near the infield and just pushed out and swirled around, and Smith can't come up with it. And a leadoff man on base, and here's Andrew Keene. Keene's 0 out of 2. Eagles lead it 6-2 here in the 6th. Pridmore checks second base and pitches, and here's a high pop-up. This one out towards right field. Potts circles underneath, takes a couple steps in. He makes the catch. Bowles will not tag. Good play by Potts to get the ball back into the infield. Well, I feel for any of the fielders today when the ball is hit into the air because you have no idea where that ball is going to go. And the field work done by Potts to clear those branches works out. And with one out and a runner at second base, here's Carson-Harvey. A strikeout and a ground out to short. Eagles lead it 6-2. Pridmore works out of the stretch. Checks second and pitches. He misses with a breaking ball down. That was pitch number 84 of the day for Pridmore. And certainly for Noah. Would like to get through another inning after this one if possible. To throw 7 innings for a third straight game. 1-0 pitch. Twists it outside. 2-0. Well, Harvey is the cleanup hitter. Keene, the man that just flew out, was the team's leading run producer. Here's the 2-0. Right down the middle with a fastball, 2-1. Well, this is just the start of this weekend series. Wind, hopefully, will be a little bit better for both sides tomorrow. Temperatures might drop a little bit for the doubleheader. Here's the 2-1. Foul off of first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you're starting to get down to the wire. It is kind of crazy to think about. We just started April, but 4 regular season conference series remain. The Eagles will be on the road for 2 of those final 3, and the lone one they'll host a top 20 club in Lenoir-Rhyne. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pridmore turns it loose, and another foul ball. This one into the netting first base side. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now Coach Tom Griffin heads out to the mound. He wants to slow down play and have a word here with Noah Pridmore. This is one of those days where if you were on the golf course, you would try to pick and choose those moments where the wind would die down at least enough for you to be able to get your swings in. And, you know, I wonder how much that thought process is played into the thought for both pitchers as well. Trying to find those right moments in between wind gusts in order to pitch. Well, Tom Griffin, his thoughts are done out there on the mound. As Pridmore got off to a torrid start. He struck out 5 of the first 10 batters that he's faced. He has not struck out anybody since the 3rd inning. And here in the 6th, with 1 out and a runner at second base and a 6-2 Carson-Newman lead. 2-2 the count to Harvey. Pridmore glances at second. Long stare down. Now the pitch. Check swing. Foul ball. It was high and tight. Would have been ball 3. Instead, Harvey gets a piece and fouls it off. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pridmore delivers. Strike 3 called. Outside corner with a fastball. He gets Harvey. There's punch out number 6 for Noah Pridmore. His career high is 7. Did that against Mars Hill a month ago. And that was a huge strikeout. And now with 2 outs, Gavin Whitehurst. The flyouts are right in a walk. 6-2 Carson-Newman here in the 6th. Pridmore straightens up and now will step off. And I wonder if the wind impacted him there. It looked like his shirt was about to fly off of him. Rippling in the wind. And now he looks down at Ballant. There's a huge gust of wind. Now the pitch. He slings a slider low and away. 1-0. Well, some of the late window starting to get started. Anderson at Catawba. They're through the opening inning over in Salisbury. Scoreless there. Newberry and Emory and Henry will start at 3. And that's the rest of your first games today of all those teams. 1-0. Right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Wingate and Coker are the only teams that have not played so far this weekend. They'll start their series tomorrow and end it on Monday. Those games being played in Hartsville, getting affected by that patch of weather we saw the last 24 hours. 1-1. Splits the plate in half with another fastball, 1-2. Pridmore has had the answer the majority of the day. Gave up a 2-run home run to Cameron Bowen. And he's the man in the on-deck circle. 6-2 Eagles in the 6th. 2 outs and a runner at second. Pridmore stretches. Now delivers. Elevates a fastball, 2-2. Pridmore rests the glove on his chest, left side. Now straightens up. Down to the waistband. And the 2-2. Foul back on a slider that was a little bit up in the zone. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Closing in on 100 pitches now for Pridmore. Looking to escape this inning as he's done so all day after a leadoff double by Bowles. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pridmore stretches. Now he pitches, and it's bounced foul, and what a ricochet that one took. Bounced foul to the first base on deck circle. Banged off of a pipe, and then ricocheted off of the bat of Bowen. That was a lucky hop for Bowen that didn't come up and glance him near his helmet. Yet again, a 2-2 pitch from Pridmore, trying to put away Whitehurst. Here it is. Another fastball way up in the zone. And he runs the string out now at 3-2. And another high-volume pitch inning for Pridmore. As he tries to end this inning right here, right now, and not allow Bowen to come to the plate, who's hit the ball hard twice. Throw back to second base and back safely as Bowles. Well, you thought maybe Carson-Newman would do something like that just to check. See if you can get that easy out rather than have to pitch. 3-2 the count. 6-2 Eagles in the 6th. 2 outs, the pitch. High on another fastball, and that's where a lot of them have been from Pridmore of late. He walks Whitehurst with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And Cameron Bowen, who hit a 2-run home run an inning ago, responsible for all of LMU's runs, is coming to the plate, and Carson-Newman will make a pitching change. I'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Eagles lead at 6-2 here in the 6th on the Eagles Sports Network. Well, Tom Griffin calls upon Griff Hughes, one of the nation's leader in appearances this year. This will be number 17 for Hughes. 4-2 record, an ERA of 6. Picked up the win in Carson-Newman's third shutout of the year on Wednesday. A scoreless inning of work in the starter's role. He struck out 42 and walked 16. And he gets Cameron Bowen here in the 6th inning. 2 on, 2 outs, 6-2 Eagles. And the first pitch from Hughes is a fastball that dots the outer half for strike 1. Hughes last season did not pitch against Lincoln Memorial. He has never done so in his career so far. And this is a big moment in this ball game. Eagles go to the pen first. 1 strike pitch from the left-hander on the way, and that misses down on the dirt on the opposite batter's box. A ball and a strike. Use the big left-hander from Knoxville, 6'4", 220. Went to Carnes High School. 1 ball, 1 strike, quick pitch, line drive, center field. That's in for a base hit. Hustling around third is Bowles. He scores. RBI single from Bowen, and the margin is 3. Whitehurst to second base. Bowen has driven in all 3 now for LMU. And it's a 6-3 ball game, and here's Ryan Kurth. Kurth is 0 out of 2 in the game. And the Eagles have been so good out of the bullpen. Just 16 of 41 runners that they had inherited have scored this year. In March, that was the pitch. High and away on a fastball. 1-0. Kurth looking to keep the line moving. He represents the tying run here in the 6th. 6-3 Eagles. 2 outs, 2 on. Hughes pitches and hits the outside corner of the fastball for a strike. 1-1. Bowles led off the inning with a double, and remember, that ball was misplayed because of the wind by Smith and left. Fly out to right, a strikeout, the walk with 2 outs, and now a base hit. 1-1 the count here on Kurth. Hughes delivers, and it's fouled straight back on a fastball that was coming right in on his hands. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking to end this inning right here, right now. And preserve the advantage. A ball and 2 strikes. Hughes pitches. Tried the slider this time. Didn't get it to snap quite far enough on the inner half, or on the outer half, rather. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this door has opened now for LMU. Trying to make this charge in the 6th. Hughes' break-even offering. High with a fastball, and again, not by much. That one was close. He's missed by just inches on the last 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. That'll get a running start on this pitch. Eagles lead at 6-3 in the 6th. Hughes readies. Holds at the belt and pitches. And he misses outside with a slider. And again, he was close on each of those last 3 pitches, but not close enough. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Tyler Boyd. So Boyd will get his opportunity with the tying run at first and the go-ahead run in the box. Boyd making his 18th start of the season here today. 6-3. 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the 6th. Boyd at the plate, 1 out of 2 in the game. Left-hander against right-hand batter. Hughes delivering. And it's fouled off into the netting first base side as Hughes gets ahead at 1-0. Well, Hughes has been that midweek starter for Carson-Newman, giving him an inning to 3 innings in the midweek, and he's worked on the weekend as well. 1-strike pitch from Griff on the way. And there's that slider that he wanted the last couple pitches. Hovers it through the zone for a strike to get ahead at 0-2. Now can he put away Tyler Boyd? Base is loaded, 2 outs. Eagles leading it 6-3 in the top of the 6th. Hughes stretches on the slab. Left-hander long hold the pitch. Swing and a miss. Excellent slider down and in. He gets Boyd, and that ends the inning. LMU threatens. They get 1, but no more. And the Eagles' margin is a 6-3 lead through 5.5. Eagles will try to get that run back again when we return. Carson-Newman leads 6-3 going to the bottom of the 6th on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Nine 1-2 due up for Carson-Newman here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Eagles lead 6-3. Splitters just left the bases loaded in the top half of the inning. Gibbs at the plate. He's 0 for 1 today as he looks at a first pitch fastball for strike 1. 82 pitches now for Queener. He's been able to keep his pitch count low despite giving up a season-high 6 runs and 8 hits. The 0-1 misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Queener trying to keep this game at a 3-run tally. He's been touched up in 3 of the last 4 innings for 2 runs apiece. 1-1 pitch. Curveball spots it on the outer half for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Queener. 1-2. Gibbs flies it to right field. Coming on, coming over is Keene. Cannot get there, and Gibbs has himself the 9th hit of the day for the Eagles. Oh, Gibbs does such a good job. Lets that ball get deep and was able to lunge out after it and push it down the right field line. Well, entering today, the only pitcher in the league that had a better ERA than Queener was Mitch Ferris, who's your odds-on favorite to win the league pitcher of the year right now. 7 wins and a 1.16 ERA. Miller's up. He squares the bunt, takes high. Gibbs draws a throw back at first from the catcher, Hancock. Queener was 3rd in the league in strikes out. Josh Lanham had him by 1, and Ferris has struck out 89 compared to the 56 from Queener. 1-0. Miller does bunt it. First base side. Queener picks it up with a glove. Underhands it to the first baseman for the out. That'll be a 1-3 sacrifice. Gibbs to second base. And now Dalton McClain, who's 0 out of 3 today. one out and a runner in scoring position, Dalton McClain will get his turn. Queener working out of the stretch. 6-3 ball game. Eagles lead. The pitch. High with a fastball around the letters. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1. Carson-Newman 12-3 at home this season. Mostly because of their offense being able to add runs in high volumes. 1-1 pitch, rather, is a swing and a miss. 1-2. Pitching staff's been equally as impressive. All three of the team's shutouts have come here at the ballpark. You have the power portion of Carson-Newman's lineup looming. But McClain's in a 1-2 hole. Queener straightens, now pitches, and McClain jammed on it, cues it back to the mound. Queener picks and underhands to first to retire McClain. Basically a sacrifice as Gibbs hustles over to third base, but with 2 outs, it'll be on James Denton. He does have 2 hits today in 3 trips. Carson-Newman leads it 6-3. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Eagles answered the last time LMU put up runs. They put up 2 in the 5th, Ballant a 2-run home run in the bottom of that inning. Here's the first pitch. Denton takes curveball for a strike. Across the belt. Denton this year right around a 300 hitter with runners in scoring position. His average now sits at 337 for the season. 0-1. Denton flies it to left field. This one's slicing and looks like it will be out of play down the left field corner, and he's now in an 0-2 hole. Well, Queener continues to keep that pitch count low, but Carson-Newman's approach at the plate has been good. They've only struck out twice against the 3rd best strikeout artist in the league, mostly because the Eagles are hunting early fastballs. Queener's 0-2. This time, the fastball goes up in the zone, 1-2. And I'd imagine if you're Denton right here, you have to protect against that curveball that Queener has thrown so frequently against him today. The 1-2 pitch. Gets him on the outside corner with a breaking ball. And Denton not happy with that call, and he's a strikeout victim, and the Eagles leave a man over at third base after the leadoff single. So Carson-Newman cannot respond, but we go to the 7th with Carson-Newman ahead 6-3 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Griff Hughes will come back out to work in the 7th inning. Noah Pridmore, 5 2/3, 3 earned runs on 6 hits and 2 walks, strikes out 6, throws 98 pitches. Now the bullpen will take over with the Eagles leading at 6-3 here in the 7th. Jared Hancock leads off the 9-hole banner for LMU. Hughes settles in on the mound and pitches, and he bounces a ball up there for ball one. Carson-Newman looking to win game one of this series. The Eagles have won 3 of their first 4 conference series of the year, and they're 4-3 this year in series openers. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good fastball down by Hughes. Great to have you with us today with our entire crew. Michael Watchering watching this one with you on a Saturday. Windy and blustery day at Mossy Creek. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball foul off of third. 1-2. Carson-Newman has won 6 of its last 8 conference series dating back to last year. And looking to make that 7 of 9 as this team has really played good baseball at this point in the year. The 1-2. That's on the outside corner with a slider for strike 3 called. And Hancock talking to himself as he heads back to the dugout. Back-to-back punch-outs spanning the inning from Hughes. Well, Hancock has as good of a look at it as anybody because he's LMU's catcher. So with 1 out, nobody on, the lineup flips over to Colin Goda. Goda has struck out twice and lined to short. He's 0 for 3. The first pitch from Hughes. Slider drops down and in. One ball, no strikes. Hughes pitches. Lifts a fastball up and away to fall behind at 2 balls and no strikes. Well, we know Hughes has the length that he could certainly go these final few innings. But I'd imagine that Carson-Newman just looking to see how effective he can be for how long. The 2-0. Down the middle. Gets a strike called at 2-1. Newman has won back-to-back games after they had a 3-game losing streak. Came into today at 16-15 overall. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Elevates it against Goda. Even in the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eagles started the scoring. 2 runs in the second, 2 more in the third. Led 4-0 going to the 5th. A 2-run homer from Bowen. Sliced it in half in that inning. Ballant answered with a 2-run blast of his own in the bottom of the 5th. And Bowen an RBI single with 2 outs in the 6th. Has made it a 3-run game at 6-3 as we sit 1 out deep into the 7th inning. Hughes ready to go with a break-even pitch. He delivers, and that one hits Goda on a slider down and in, and I think that caught his right foot. They have caught in the top of it, and Justin Haywood out there to have a look at him as well. Actually, it hit his left foot. I thought it hit the right one, but it caught him on the left foot. That's a hit batter, and Goda needing to be aided down the line by his coach. Well, the Eagles now have to go to work on one of the hottest hitters in the league right now. Carson Bowles has 3 hits in this game. He's now had hits in each of his last 9. He's 16 of his last 35 in that stretch. And with Carson-Newman leading at 6-3, Hughes will try to get Bowles, which is something that Pridmore never did. Eagles lead it by 3 here in the 7th. LMU just stranded the bases loaded in the 6th. And Hughes to work here out of the stretch. Goda has 10 steals as Hughes pitches and Bowles fouls. 1 strike and nothing. And that foul ball actually hit Keene right in the head. After it hit the netting, he was trying to avoid it and walked right into the path, and it hit him right on the top of the helmet. 1 strike and nothing to count. Hughes gets the sign from Ballant. He pitches, and another foul ball. This time Keene turns around and avoids it, something he failed to do on the last foul ball that was hit in that direction. He tried to avoid that foul ball and just turned his head away from it and hit him right in the helmet. Hughes ahead, though, of Bowles at 0-2. Left-hander with a runner at first base and one out pitches. He misses down with a slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out here in the 7th inning. Carson-Newman leading it by 3. Hughes gets the sign from Ballant. The 1-2. Just missed again. Tried the off-speed pitch once more. Didn't get a chase. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-hander checks the runner at first and pitches. And another foul ball. This one eludes the net and goes into the seats first base side. And the count holding at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a lengthy sequence here between left-hand pitcher and right-hand batter. Who's going to end up winning this duel? Here it is again, and there's strike 3 called. A slider. Bowles wasn't expecting it, and he knew it as soon as that pitch was caught by Ballant. 3rd punch out for Hughes in relief, and he's 1 out away from getting out of this inning here in the 7th. And Andrew Keene, who's 0 out of 3, will stand in. Six-3 Eagles in the 7th. The first pitch to Keene on the inside corner for strike 1. Well, Keene's been great all season long. He's driven in at least 1 run in 15 of 25 games this year. That is a high percentage this season. Eagles have now struck out 9 on the day. Hughes pauses and now picks to first base, and back is Goda. Well, in March, Carson-Newman pitching struck out nearly 10.5 batters per 9 innings. They did it 7 times in 15 games with double-digit punch-outs. 1 strike pitch. Check swing, roller off of the mound of the second baseman Gibbs. Picks on the run, throws to first, and that ends the inning. Kind of an excuse-me swing there from Keene. And Griff Hughes does his job, working around a 1-out hit by pitch. And at stretch time at Mossy Creek, Carson-Newman leads it by 3. 6-3 is your score. We return to Mossy Creek in a moment on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial in Game 1 of the 3-game series, 6-3. And the potent lumber of Mitchell Ballant starts it off. He's hit home runs in his last 2 at-bats. Solo shot in the 3rd, 2-run blast in the 5th. And in a 6-3 game here in the 7th, Patrick Queener at 95 pitches is ready to go. His first offering to Ballant is a swing and miss on a high fastball for strike 1. Well, this is exactly what happened in the 3rd. Ballant swung and missed. And then the next pitch that he saw, he cranked out of the park. 1 strike and nothing to count. Queener pitches. That misses below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-hander on right-hand batter. The 1-1 pitch. Over-the-top curveball goes right through the glove of Hancock to the backstop. It's 2-1. Pitching mixed with hitting today has been the recipe for success for the Eagles. Solid defense as well for Coach Tom Griffin's team. The 2-1. Ballant chops at third base side, but foul. Carson-Newman's been great in April the last several years. When it's come to crunch time, the Eagles have been fantastic. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Ballant swings and misses. Or check that, that was the 2-2 pitch, rather. He swings and misses, and that's the fourth punch out of the game for Queener. And he retires Ballant for the second time, and here's Nelson Smith. Smith's been on base all 3 times in the game. Single, double, walk. Scored twice. And with Carson-Newman leading at 6-3 here in the last of the 7th inning. Queener now right at 100 pitches on the day as he delivers. And Smith fouls it back. Falls to the ground as well. He tripped over himself after he swung. And it's 1-0 here to Nelson Smith. And you have to hand it to Smith. He played the last several years at Maryville. At .332 in 61 career games. The 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Transferred to Carson-Newman. Really didn't see a lot of action early in the season. And eventually worked his way into a role, and he has solidified left field spot. A 1-1. High around the letters. 2-1. And now he's right plugged into the middle of the lineup on a daily basis. The 2-1 pitch. That hits him. And Smith is on base for the 4th time today. Well, it was a fastball in around the rib cage, and I honestly think that it hit his jersey more than it hit anything else. May have caught the left elbow a little bit, but he takes first. And with 1 out and 1 on, here's Zach Bose. 1 out of 3 on his senior day. The first pitch to him is a swing and miss for strike 1. Now, a lot of more opportunities for you to see Carson-Newman here at home. You'll have this 3-game series, shorter on Tuesday, and then the 3-game set against Lenore-Ryan, and that'll be it for the Eagles at home this season. There goes Smith. He swipes second as the throw is way late. Smith has another stolen base for the Eagles in this one, as they have been aggressive on the base path. Eagles entering today had been 7 out of 15 against the conference in stolen base attempts. Today, they are 3 out of 3. 1-1 here on Bose. Queener delivers, and Bose swings and misses on a fastball down and in, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, while Bose's batting average is .245 for the season, he's a .333 hitter with runners in scoring position. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. Bose strikes out swinging on a high fastball this time. And that is strikeout number 5 for Queener, who is getting stronger as the game goes on. And that's 3 punch-outs of the last 4 batters that he's faced. Carson-Newman. Leads 6-3, and here's Justin Haywood out of the dugout, as that was 109 pitches now for Queener. And there hasn't been an official decision on whether or not to go to the bullpen or not. Now with 2 outs and a runner at second base, let's see if LMU elects to turn it over to the bullpen or if they stick with Queener. Catawba has taken a 3-1 lead on Anderson. And a Bryson home run and a Jackson 2-run double. Mars Hill out slugging Limestone 9-6 in the 7th. Tusculum clinging to a 2-1 lead on King. That's in the 7th inning. And some of the other games starting to get going. Newberry and Emory and Henry about ready for their first pitch. Well, Haywood doesn't pull Queener. He's back out there and ready to go. Runner takes off for third. Pitch is taken low. The throw down. Smith overslides the bag, and he's thrown out. So that's a caught stealing. 2-5. And for the first time today, Carson-Newman goes down in order, sending the minimum to the plates. We're through 7. Carson-Newman leading at 6-3. Griff Hughes back to work. He's going to get the heart of this LMU lineup when we come back, and the Eagles leading it by 3 on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Griff Hughes has 3 strikeouts of the 4 outs that he's recorded. A hit and a walk. No runs allowed so far after Pridmore started it. And with a 6-3 lead in hand, it's the heart of the lineup for LMU up. Caston Harvey, who's 0 for 3, stands in, and Hughes starts him with a fastball that misses around the letters for ball 1. That was pitch number 30 of the relief outing for Hughes. Eagles need 6 outs to wrap this thing up. Left-hander has the sign and pitches. He misses down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. I'd have to imagine if Hughes gets into any trouble here in this inning or the next, Jake Wright would be ready to go to close this thing down. 2-0 pitch. Takes something off of it. Gets a strike on the inner black. 2-1. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 6 left on base for Carson-Newman. 3 runs, 7 hits, an error, and 6 left the board for LMU. 2-1 pitch. Off the plate. 3-1. Now, the Eagles have had all sorts of trouble with leadoff hitters today. Lincoln Memorial today, 4 out of 7 with their leadoff man getting on base. 3-1 pitch. High pop-up. This will be a tough one on the right side of the infield. It is Miller calling it, and the shortstop makes the play. That is a terrific play by Miller. We don't have the high vantage point to be able to track some of these baseballs in the sky. But just glancing at how the right side of the infield was watching this ball, it looked like that was going to drop because they were on the dirt, and Miller made the catch near the mound on the first base side in the grass. 1 out, and here's Gavin Whitehurst. 0 for 1 with 2 walks. And he hits one sharply, back up the middle, ricochets off of Hughes, right to Miller, picks it up, throws to first, and there's 2 outs. Well, Hughes went to his backside, and it went right back up the box, and I think he might have gotten a redirect on it. If not, it hit the mound perfectly to redirect out to Miller. And with 2 outs and nobody on, Cameron Bowen, who has driven in all 3 runs in the game for LMU, stands in. First pitch to him, stays high and away with a fastball, 1-0. Bowen has hit the ball sharply every time he's been up there. Line out to center, 2-run homer, RBI, 2-out single. 1-0 pitch. This one just missed up. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, Hughes could certainly use a quick and efficient inning. And he'd love to set the side down in order in 1-2-3 fashion here in the 8th. Hughes delivers and yanks that down and in. He's in a 3-0 hole. And Carson-Newman pitching today has been asked to throw just shy of 140 pitches, while Queener sits at 110. And you wonder if we'll see Queener back out there in the bottom of the 8th. 3-0 the count, the pitch. Gets one on the outside corner of the fastball, 3-1. Left-hander Hughes needs another strike in a 3-1 hole. He pitches, doesn't get it, misses down and away. Bowen's on base for the 3rd time. And with 2 outs, Ryan Kurth will bat. 0 for 2 with a walk in his game. And now Tom Griffin heading out to the mound. So Griffin will have a chat here with Griff Hughes about this right-handed hitter, and maybe the Eagles would consider going to the bullpen. What a luxury it is to have a guy like Griff Hughes. Kind of even splits this season. Left-hand hitters hitting 240 against him. Right-hand hitters hitting 247. That is a luxury to have as a left-hand pitcher out there, that he can be equally as effective against left-handers as he can against right-handers. No decision's been made yet, even though the home plate umpire, Stephen Grady, is out on the mound. And now things break up. Ballant with one final word for Hughes. And Kurth now ready to go. Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial 6-3. Eagles have won 7 of the last 9 against the Splitters, but they've only won 1 of the last 10 series. Left-hand pitcher and the right-hand batter in the box. Hughes pitches, and it's a swing and miss. Excellent opening offering after he fell behind 3-0 to Bowen. Crowd has been dedicated today, clinging to their seats in this league outing. 0-1. High and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. OMU has had a base runner in every single inning other than the second. That's when Pridmore set down the side in order in inning number 2. Hughes pitches. Misses low here. He's in a 2-1 hole now. Two balls and a strike with Bowen leading away from first. 13 steals this year. Here's the 2-1. Fouled back into the netting on a fastball down and away. It's 2-2. Well, here's a big pitch. Hughes doesn't want to run this string out. Wants to get the hitter right here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at first. The left-hander readies. He fires, and it's hit in the air down the right field line. This one is a fair ball and will ricochet down into the corner. Potts picks it up, rounding third Bowen. He's hustling to the plate without a throw. The runner taking off for third. Miller's throw is in time, and he is out at third base. And that ends the inning. The run does score. It's an RBI double for Kurth. The putout goes 9-6-5 over at third. And LMU's back within 2. It's a 6-4 game. Bottom of the 8th inning. Eagles could use some run support and some insurance. Find out if they can get it when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Lincoln Memorial goes into the bullpen, and they call upon a right-hander. It is Will Shelton, 6 feet, redshirt sophomore from Alcoa, Tennessee. Shelton making his 12th appearance of the year. He's 2-1 with a 3.90 earned run average. High-volume strikeout, 37 of them this year. Ryan Potts stands in, and the first pitch from Shelton misses down for ball one. So Queener goes 7 innings, gives up a career-high 9 hits, one shy of a career-high 6 runs with 6 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch. Potts to first base. Picked up by Kurth. He'll run to the bag to get Potts for the first out of the 8th inning. Eagles leading at 6-3, and Aiden Gibson will stand in. Eagles would love to have an extra run to work with going into the 9th. And Aiden Gibson, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out. He's got a sac bunt and has been hit by a pitch. Eagles leading at 6-4 here in the 8th. Shelton pitches. Gibson dribbles one out towards second base. Boyd picks, throws to first. And that is a quick opening 2 batters retired here in the 8th inning. And now Will Gibbs, who's been on base every time today. Squeeze bunt in the 2nd. Reached on a wild pitch after striking out in the 3rd and singled back in the 6th inning. Carson-Newman leads it 6-4. Shelton working here out of the stretch, looking for a very fast inning. And he bounces the ball up there low and inside for ball 1. Just the 4th pitch he's thrown today. 1 ball and no strikes. For LMU, it'll be 8-9-1 due up. For the splitters, Boyd, Hancock, Goda. Should anybody reach? Bulls. 1-0 pitch. High on a fastball, 2-0. 2 outs, bases empty here in the last of the 8th. Gibbs at the plate. Shelton works out of the stretch. He delivers. And he misses low. 3-0. Trey Miller waits in the on-deck circle. Came in with a 4-game hitting streak, but he's 0 out of 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Shelton pitches. And he walks Gibbs. Just the 9th walk he's given up this season. And it's a 2-out, 4-pitch walk to Gibbs. And now Trey Miller. With 2 outs, the top of the order will get their chance at the plate. 6-4 Eagles looking to take the series opener. Right-hander. Time called. before the opening pitch can even be considered to be thrown. Now Shelton comes set. He delivers, and Miller crushes one out to right center field, but Keene is over into the alleyway and plenty of time to make the catch and end the inning. Carson-Newman gets a 2-out base runner, but nothing else. Eagles held scoreless their final 3 times up, and we go to the 9th. Eagles leading at 6-4. Carson-Newman will try to close it out when we come back to Mossy Creek, leading at 6-4 on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
We go to the 9th. Carson-Newman leads it 6-4. Eagles make one defensive change as Spencer Bright has taken over behind the plate. And the Eagles make a change on the slab as well after Griff Hughes goes 2 1/3 innings, giving up a run with 3 strikeouts. The ball gets turned over to Hunter Harrington, making his 12th appearance of the year to try to slam it shut. And his first pitch to the right-hand hitting Tyler Boyd is in there for strike 1. Harrington 3-1 with a save and a 4.5 ERA. 1 strike and nothing to count the pitch. And he tries a breaking ball that bounces up there well low and outside. Counts even at a ball and a strike. Boyd today 1 out of 3 at the plate. And Harrington would like a quick and painless 9th inning. 1-1. Misses way upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Well, last year against LMU, Harrington walked 4 batters in 2/3 of an inning, and the Eagles lost. And that's when Carson-Newman's bullpen struggled. And he misses here. It's 3 balls and a strike. Well, his first pitch looked good. Since then, he's been nowhere near. Harrington has been solid, though, of late. Just 1 run allowed in his last 5 outings. 3-1 pitch. Misses down and in, and the tying run will come to the plate here in the 9th. Now, the Eagles turn it to Harrington instead of Jake Wright here today. In his last 8 innings, Harrington has given up 3 walks, 4 hits, 1 run, while striking out 12. But with the leadoff man on base, here's Jared Hancock, 1 out of 3. 6-4 Eagles in the 9th. Harrington pitches. That misses high and tight with a fastball. It's 1-0. Important situation right now. Top of the order looming. The 1-0 pitch. He misses inside. It's 2-0. Well, Harrington can't find it now. Not the first strike when he was out there, and since has thrown 6 in a row out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Harrington pitches. This time he gets one on the outside corner at the knees. 2-1. Well, LMU seeing this as a chance for them to get some more activity down in the bullpen. A home run would tie it. 2-1. That bounces up there. It goes all the way to the top of the netting. And into second base goes Boyd. Wild pitch from Harrington, and he's in a 3-1 hole, and he's in danger of putting the tying run on base with another pitch out of the zone. Three balls, 1 strike. Harrington pitches. Swing and a miss. Hancock waves past it Count goes full in a 6-4 game here in the ninth. There's that gust of wind. Harriton steps off with how much that wind is blowing here at the ballpark. In his last 5 outings, Harriton has 3 wins and a save. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He pitches, and it's a high pop-up back and over our heads out of play. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Carson-Newman 6 runs on 9 hits, 7 left aboard, 4 runs, 8 hits, an error, and 6 left on base for the Splitters. Carson-Newman lost 2 walk-offs to LMU last year. Here in the ninth, ahead by 2. And a payoff pitch coming. High and tight, ball 4, and the first 2 batters have been walked by Harriton here in the ninth. And Tom Griffin is going out to the mound. Well, that has been Harriton's biggest problem in his career. Walks. And when they come in high volumes. And that is exactly the speed bump that Harriton is running into right now, and Carson-Newman will indeed go to the bullpen. I'll tell you about the new pitcher. Eagles leading it by 2 here in the ninth on the Eagles Sports Network.
Now pitching for Carson-Newman, number 42, Tyler Schaefer.
Carson-Newman brings Tyler Shaver on in relief for the 13th time this year. The 5'10", 160-pound senior right-hander from Jefferson County High School is looking for his 6th career save. And there's nowhere to put anybody now. First 2 have reached via a walk, and Colin Goda stands in 0 for 3 and has been hit by a pitch. Tying run at first, go-ahead run at the plate. Shaver pitches, bunt shown, push back to the mound, picked up by Shaver, throws to third, out at third base by a fraction of a fingernail, getting the diving Boyd at third, and a decisive play by Shaver. Gibson got to the bag, he stretched, and they just get the lead man. 1-5 fielder's choice, and it's a big opening out. 2 men on, 1 out, 6-4 Eagles in the ninth. Here is Carson Bowles. Shaver's first pitch is a sweeping slider on the inside corner for strike 1. Bowles 3 out of 4 today. He has hits now in 9 consecutive games. He's the team's hottest hitter. 1 strike pitch coming here from Shaver. Doubles down on sliders and gets a whiff. 0-2. Some of the fans standing here at the ballpark along the first base side and along the third base line as well. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Another slider. This time Bowles rather wise to it. Fouls it back. No balls and 2 strikes. Shaver with a long hold. He pitches, and it's a looping liner out towards left center field. It drops in a base hit, rounding third base, and then getting a late stop sign is Hancock, and the bases are loaded with 1 out as Bowles has a 4-hit day. Well, certainly for LMU, there's no reason to make an out at the plate in that situation. And here in the ninth, in a 6-4 game, Andrew Keene, who's 0 for 4 today, stands in. Right-hander ready to go. The pitch. Slider, a high pop-up, shallow left field. Smith coming on, still coming on. He calls for it, makes the catch. The runner tagging, and then Smith just throws it to third. There's nobody over there. And the run comes in to score Hancock as Gibson gets over to it. It's a sacrifice fly. The other runners stay put. And it's a one-run ball game. 6-5 here in the ninth, and Caston Harvey, who's 0 for 4, stands in. 6-5 in the ninth. Shaver has to go from the stretch with a tying run at second. The right-hander pauses. Glances at second base. Now pitches. And he starts him with a slider on the inside corner. That run is charged to Harriton, so he faces two batters, walks them both, and gives up a run. 6-5 Eagles in the ninth. 2 on, 2 outs. 1 strike pitch. Another slider. Gets another good call. Harvey doesn't like that one, and he's in an 0-2 hole. Well, that's not how you win any friends behind the plate. With 2 outs and time called. And Harvey's going to step out of the batter's box to have a word with his third base coach. And certainly an opportunity for them to try to settle down Harvey. Well, what does Shaver go with? He's gone back-to-back sliders. And he's doubled down on that several times in this inning. The Eagles looking to pull this one out in a tight ball game. 6-5 the score here in the ninth. Big leads from the runners. Bright set up outside the 0-2. Bounces up there. Bright does a good job of blocking it and making sure the runners can't take off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shaver on the third base side of the slab. Straightens up again. And here's the 1-2. Just missed high. And everybody in the ballpark thought perhaps that was strike 3. Instead, it's 2-2. 2 on, 2 out, 6-5 Eagles in the ninth. The break even. Nubber, first base side, just off the end of the barrel by Harvey. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nervy times here at the yard, and Carson-Newman's most experienced pitcher on the mound. 2-2 the count. Shaver pitches, and this slider's well outside, and it's 3-2. From 0-2 to 3-2. And the runners will now get a head start, and a base hit possibly could give LMU the lead, depending on where it's placed. 6-5 Eagles in the ninth, and here's the payoff pitch from Shaver. Swing and a miss! Strike 3! He beats him with a fastball, and Carson-Newman seals game 1. The final score, 6-5. Eagles win it. How about Shaver getting that punch out? It's a game that takes 2 hours and 34 minutes to play, and the Eagles take game 1 in a back-and-forth tight affair. Carson-Newman wins its 4th one-run game of the year. 6-5. Eagles win it, and now they'll go for the series victory tomorrow. Noon is first pitch in the Twin Bill. We'll have it for you right here on these very networks. Hope you tune in for that one tomorrow. Once again, the final score, Carson-Newman 6, Lincoln Memorial 5. For our entire crew, I'm Michael Watrang signing off. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, good night, everybody.